Base, escaping prisoner. Send out.
Greetings, Indie Warriors, and welcome to I Dream of Indie. My name is Old Gamer Joe. This is a game that I previewed quite a few months ago. Been excited about it ever since. We're looking at Unmetal, a 2D action stealth game that pays tribute to the classic stealth games of the past, most notably Metal Gear, of course. That's pretty obvious, and it has a ton of fun with this hilarious premise in the process. In Unmetal, you're going to be playing as lead character Jesse Fox, who has been wrongfully arrested and now finds himself trying to explain his way out of a rather precarious situation. You're going to find that the writing is hilarious throughout Unmetal, and I loved how it would switch between both the past, present, and future. No lie, the game had me in stitches multiple times, whether it was the hilarious conversations between Fox and his girlfriend, radio calls from the chief, or the fourth wall-breaking segments that are littered about. Unmetal is really well written, and it's honestly pretty refreshing. I love that the game didn't shy away from anything. There's some pretty vulgar language here. There's some funny, maybe rude scenarios that you'll find yourself in, but I thought it was all really quite funny. While Unmetal does love being a comedy, it is a stealth game at its core. The game is broken up into multiple chapters. The challenges that stand in your way can vary from guards that you'll want to sneak up on and knock out, robots that shoot lasers at you, and other traps like flames that will rise from the ground. There's a lot of stuff that's going to kill you in this game. It's actually quite challenging. There are a few difficulty options, thankfully, though if you start on normal and try to switch to easy, you can't go back, so choose wisely, because if you go easy, yeah, you're stuck on easy. I would almost say that certain rooms in Unmetal feel like mini puzzles. You have to dissect them in a very particular order if you're going to succeed. You might have situations where there are landmines on the ground and they'll blow you up if you don't have a specific object. So there is a puzzle element to this game as well. The way leveling up and getting stronger works, or gaining more skills, is by taking out your enemies in a stealthy fashion. If you're able to do so and you're not spotted or they don't raise the alarms, you'll gain star points, which will go towards leveling up, and if you hit a new level, you can pick a new skill that will help your character get better. On top of that, you're also able to loot certain bodies, so once you've knocked a soldier out, for example, you can then try to take their items off of them, and in many cases, you'll need to do this, as that item will help you to progress the story forward. If you're worried about other guards spotting the bodies that you've knocked out, you can also pick these bodies up and move them to a location where they won't be found. Unmetal does feature an old school standard inventory system where you can combine items. Again, you might need to do this in order to advance the story from time to time, and there's also the ability to look at your current mission, so you'll never really feel lost as to what you need to do next. This game does have decent mission variety, I have to say. I really enjoyed the stealth sections. The game feels good, the controls are solid enough. Some of the missions are not quite as fun as some of the other ones. For example, the minefield where I had to use a metal detector. I didn't really care for this one so much, as it was a really slow process to wave this metal detector about and hope you don't stand on a mine, but luckily you do spawn back pretty close to where you died in this game, so it's generally not a big deal. But you can expect a decent challenge out of this game, at least on the normal setting, and even if you go down to easy, you're gonna take a lot of deaths in this game. There can be a process of learning that has to happen. Thankfully though, losing progress was never really a problem, and to do a save, you can actually go up to a urinal and take a leak. Or is it leave a leak? I feel like it's leave a leak. Visually, Unmetal goes for an old school style reminiscent of the classic Metal Gear games, not the ones that you're thinking of perhaps, the Solid series, no, way before that, and I think it looks great. It's a loving tribute to that graphical style. I think there's a lot of detail that went into the environments. I really liked some of the trickery that is present from time to time, like the forest where you're wandering about and you get lost, and it does have a nice nostalgic look to it. I think all of the characters are brought to life beautifully, and those cutscenes, they're fantastic to watch. So I loved this visual style, and I also really think that the sound design goes along well with that style. You have some really kind of in the background stealth songs that would feel out of a Metal Gear game, just as you might expect. They're really well done, but it's the voice acting across the board that I feel like steals the show here in the audio department. I loved pretty much every character's voice in this game. It's fantastic, but the lead, it's just a hilarious take on the classic David Hayter voice of Solid Snake. I really got a kick out of it. It helps that the writing is so good in this game, but yeah, great sound design in general. All of the alert sounds that you would expect are here. I like the presentation of this game across the board. Why do I feel like Unmetal is kind of flying under the radar here, but is one of my favorite games this year for some reason? And I think the main reason is that it made me laugh so damn much. It is hilarious. I haven't laughed this hard at a game in quite some time, but it doesn't hurt that it really plays quite well. I think the stealth sections are well executed here. I do think there are a few bits that can get on your nerves. You're going to take a lot of deaths in this game and kind of have to learn from trial and error, but still, the fun outweighs the frustration more often than not. I think if you're a fan of classic stealth games, you're going to have a big goofy smile on your face, particularly if you love the older Metal Gear games, or if you just like the Metal Gear Solid series even. There's plenty of tribute to that as well. Unmetal is a fantastic title. It has a great sense of humor. It brought me back to a time where it was okay to tell some risque jokes and not really have to fear what someone was going to think about it. I am actually going to award Unmetal the Golden Genie Lamp of Approval, which is the greatest honor that I can bestow upon an indie game. A few frustrating moments here, yes, but a lengthy campaign, a lot of laughs along the way, and fun gameplay make this one that you'll definitely want to check out if you're a fan of stealth titles.
Finish this, once and for all. Don't even think about it, bastard. Death would be too good for you. I'm going to keep you alive, and you'll lie here on the ground until someone finds you. Everyone will know that a single prisoner defeated you. The best part? You'll be severely injured.
Thank you so much for watching the latest video from I Dream of Indie. We would now like to take a moment to pay tribute to our great indie warriors who support us through channel memberships. Mitchell Hall, Bunny, Kevilo, Bill Tikaz, Christian Cruz, Chris Jackson, Nathan Moore, Peach, Adriana Amato, CJR, PSC, C Coil, Skepticism, Jen Rose, Jesse, CPM, Julian Kolbus, and JRS the 8th. Thank you so much for all you do for independent developers, publishers, and for I Dream of Indie. Everybody else, please head down to the description box below. Let's defeat the gaming echo chamber and bring a voice to the voiceless ones in gaming.